What's going on, everybody? Brian here from Brian's Broadcast. I hope all of you are doing fantastic. The moment you all have been waiting for. Today, I'm going to tell you all about Curly Fragrances Attraction Fatale. This is the full review, and I'm sorry I could not do it on that other camera or the other setup that I usually do, but that's fine. It's all about information, right? And before I even proceed, you should know this, that this particular bottle of fragrance was purchased with my own personal money. Nobody gave it to me as a gift, or this is not a sponsored content. So your appreciation, your comments, your likes, and your subscription to my channel, which is free of cost, means a lot. Without much delay, let's get down to business. I will be addressing certain things that I found and observed about Attraction Fatale, and I'm gonna tell you all about it in all honesty. Hey, listen, I do love Curly, but the thing is, I'm not about to be influenced by someone else's thoughts or review, because for me, personally, I love giving out my honest thoughts and review about a fragrance. I'm not biased, I'm not affiliated with any brand or any perfumer or fragrance company or anything. So let's get down to business. I'll talk about the notes first. So on the top, you've got rum, mandarin, which is mandarin orange, and neroli. In the mids, you have jasmine, rose, black pepper, and nutmeg. On the base, you've got vanilla, amber, cedarwood, same thing, sandalwood, and musk. Pretty straightforward, very easy to understand. It's not a super complex thing. That's what comes to mind. But let me tell you something. This fragrance has multiple facets to it, and the way it transitions from the opening all the way to the dry down, I would say that's a 10 on 10. Now, I'll be addressing other questions. Should you be investing? I say investing because a lot of you are really concerned about, is it worth that $250? I will tell you all about that. Some of you did comment and say that from Attraction Fatale, they got Spice Bomb or Spice Bomb Extreme vibes. Is it true? I say it's partially true because I did get a vibe of Spice Bomb Extreme. Now, if you know Curly, if you have been following her for some time, you know this is her absolute favorite. And placing it logically, it's only natural that she would bring in some kind of a DNA that kind of resembles this thing, but it's not. Attraction Fatale is not a direct clone or anything of Spice Bomb Extreme. I'm talking about only the opening part where it opens up, that beautiful sexiness that bursts into life. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Now, there's another unique thing that I noticed. Not all of you have experienced Sahara fragrances. The link is in the description below. Go ahead and check them out if you want. The rum note, the boozy rum note. What I felt was, and I'm talking strictly about the rum note only. The rum note here, the way it opens, it kind of reminds me of the same kind of rum boozy note that I found in Of the Immortals by Curly Scents and Zaharoff. So this is like a beautiful creation, but I'm talking only specifically about the rum. Now, the rum is not one of your some rums, they have that woody texture to it. This one has that woody undertone, but it's more of the booziness, and the booziness is, to my nose, it kind of felt like the white rum that you get from Smirnoff. If you've ever sniffed or tasted Smirnoff, you got that whiff of that white rum, the one that you use to make mojitos. That's the one I'm talking about. So that's the kind of rum note that you get. Once you spray this fragrance, this beautiful mandarin orange and the rum note, they combine, and it's a beautiful, sexy, seductive, and very elegant opening. Let me remind you something. In my first impression, of course, things went left and right because the pyramid, the fragrance pyramid, is kind of very simplistic. It feels pretty straightforward, but this thing is pretty complex, and I'll explain to you again why. This review might be a bit long, but again, I guess it's necessary. So the neroli does not open up right away. It takes at least an hour before the neroli finally starts showing itself. And believe me, it's a beautiful transition. It's very smooth, no sharp edges to this fragrance. Now the mandarin orange and the rum, they combine, kind of adds that beautiful, fruity, juicy, succulent, boozy kind of vibe. And I tell you something, I did get a very strong, wonderful, kind of like a mild, bitter chocolate kind of feel. It's not one of your milk chocolate, it's more like the cacao you might get. So it's like a slightly bitter, unprocessed chocolate. That kind of a woody, chocolatey kind of note that totally lingers throughout the fragrance, and I absolutely loved that part. Drying down this fragrance around 2.5 to 3 hours mark, that's where your florals, the jasmine, rose, and the neroli start blooming up. Now, let me tell you something. The rose is not your feminine rose. You don't feel the rose. The jasmine, you don't feel the jasmine, but this neroli, jasmine, and rose, they work in conjunction, almost to the point where I felt as if I was smelling Tom Ford's Black Orchid. You know how the florals are over there? It's almost like that, but it's not like a 1:1 clone or something. I'm saying the vibe, only the vibe. It's very different. The booziness, the chocolatey vibe, and the mandarin orange just lives through. The floral part is very nice, very seductive, almost feels effervescent, but at the same time, it's not. It's a very wonderful feeling. Drying down, this fragrance turns a bit warm. So like towards the mid, it's already warm and spicy from the nutmeg. Now the nutmeg over here, it's not one of your peppery kind of nutmeg, not your peppery spiciness, but the pepper over here, the black pepper, kind of adds to the warmth, and the nutmeg adds to the warm, spicy, sweet spiciness. So it's not too sweet, it's not overly sweet. It's somewhere in between, which is a very nice thing in my books because I personally do not prefer something that's super sweet. Drying down further, this fragrance has a wonderful dry down, and I'm telling you this because like of all the days that I wore this fragrance, Attraction Fatale, this smelled wonderful. Like I was like curious to find out because like those of you who are living in New York City or in the United States, you know the weather's all over the place. So it kind of like got really warm, and at the same time it was getting really cold and rainy and soggy. So this kind of weather pattern changes did actually help me understand this fragrance more. So drying down, the vanilla and the amberiness kind of plays beautifully in this fragrance. Like drying down, you feel that vanilla, almost like a sweet, dry, yet like tad bit creamy kind of vanilla with that amberiness. Now, amberiness kind of adds to a layer of dryness to this fragrance, and further drying down, the sandalwood is kind of like creamy with the musk, like laying like a plain white sheet on top of it. It's a beautiful feeling. The cedar kind of adds to a little dark mysteriousness, but I'll tell you something. I believe not everything was disclosed over here because I kind of felt that like there was this distinct kind of like a green earthy feel, not a dirty one, but I believe there could be vetiver or patchouli somewhere working in the background somewhere. But yes, I felt that. Of all the days that I wore it, I totally felt it, and it was a nice feeling. It was not too earthy, not too damp or anything. It was a nice, like a mild green, yet like an earthy undertone to everything as the fragrance was drying down. It's not too sweet, it's not too salty or anything, but it's a beautiful, wonderful feeling. So let's address the most commonly asked questions. First of all, let's address the main question, which Curly said, is this a beast mode fragrance? Unfortunately, I would say it's not a beast mode fragrance, but this is a very long-lasting fragrance. That much I can say. So when we are talking about beast mode fragrance, like what are we addressing here? We're trying to say something that projects a lot, something that lasts a lot. That's the kind of thing that you try to describe when you say beast mode. Now, the thing is, this is an extrait de parfum. The oil concentration is very high. I mean, you can see the patch of oil on your skin where you apply it. So if you're applying on clothes, be careful. It's going to stain the clothes. So what's going to happen is like once you spray it, it's pretty loud for like almost 30 to 40 minutes. It's, I would say, extremely loud. After which it slowly like stays more towards you, like at an arm's length, and then further drying down, it's coming more closer to you. But it lasts a very long time because it's sticking to your skin. The oil is sticking on your skin. All throughout this transition, it's very smooth, it's very nice, it's wonderful, I'm telling you. Now, longevity. So Right up front, I'm telling you that this is not a beast mode fragrance because it's not a very loud projector. It's a loud projector for like 40-45 minutes, and after that it's slowly starting to tone down. Longevity wise, I got a super solid longevity of like 11 to 12 hours. And remember, when you're talking about 11 to 12 hours, at that point it's a pretty mild skin scent, but it's wafting out. So that's pretty long, I must say. But if you're talking about like solid, like, hey Brian, how long is this thing gonna last? And it's gonna be very much noticeable. I would say somewhere around 6 to 8 hours, and that was with like 6 to 7 sprays. I went with 10 sprays also, so of course it's gonna last longer. So let's do an average like 6 to 8 sprays, and it lasts you almost 6 to 8 hours solid. And beyond that, it's gonna be a very mild skin scent, but it keeps on wafting with that beautiful, like earthy, vanilla, ambery aroma. Beautiful stuff. Right. Is it a compliment magnet? 100%. It's a very enjoyable fragrance, very easy to wear. It's complex, but at the same time, it's not difficult to wear. It's very easy to wear. It dries down very smoothly, no sharp edges like I addressed this before. Now, is it worth the $250? In my opinion, honestly, this fragrance smells pretty unique to me. I mean, I have not smelled anything the way this one dried down or the way it opened up. And because, remember, do not be like fooled because I mentioned these two fragrances. I just said it kind of has those vibes, right? It's not an exact one-to-one clone. Like I took something from Spice Bomb, I took something from Off the Immortals, and then I compiled this thing. No, it's not like that. I'm talking only about the vibes. I mean, if you understand like the DNA, how it's working, that's only the thing that I'm trying to address here. Now, is it gonna drop panties? Guys, listen. This fragrance, I don't know if it's gonna drop panties, but it totally depends on you. Like if you do not dress up nice, if you don't take a shower, and if you're just applying a fragrance and you think you're just gonna attract a lady and get compliments, that's never gonna happen. Even a guy or a homeless person might not even give you a compliment. But like, you gotta look nice, you gotta take a shower, of course, shower every day. Every day, at least once. You know, it's cold sometimes, I get it, but at least once a day, do shower, guys. Like, keep yourself clean. And of course, this fragrance is a compliment magnet. 100%. Everyone's gonna enjoy it. It's very easy to wear. Although complex, it's very easy to wear. So, $250, is it worth it? In my books, 100%. But is it a beast mode fragrance? To summarize, it's not a beast mode fragrance. It's a loud projector for like 40-45 minutes, but it goes a long way. So the longevity is great, but I wouldn't say beast mode because it doesn't project as loud as the time progresses. That's what I found out. Do let me know in the comments if you experience the same thing, because it could be my skin, but I tried it on several days. I hydrate my skin, I use moisturizers, I take a shower every day, but yeah, that's what I found out, and those are my honest thoughts. So guys, I hope I was able to address all your questions, and I hope I did it, like you asked these questions, I generalized like, okay, I should be talking about these topics when I do my full review of Attraction Fatale. Now, the final point. What did you not like about this fragrance? Yes, I had to do this. I'm sorry, Curly, but you really need to work with your quality assurance people, the QA people, QC people, whatever you call them. The box was nice. The box is very premium. But I did not like this design, this Thunderbolt. I understand what you're trying to show over here, but honestly, if this was missing, trust me, this box would look so much better. That was one. The interior is doable. It's nice. I get it. This is nice. Very simple, elegant. This is nice. This is good. Or maybe, if you can replace this lightning strike with this compass logo right here, it would look much better. I don't know, that's just my 2 cents. And the last part. Those of you know me, you know that I love photographing my fragrance bottles, right? So since day one, everyone saw that when I unboxed it. I don't know if you can see it in this phone camera. You see the corners, like these are not smudges. These are like actual scratches that are on the bottle. And this just really made me upset because I won't be able to photograph this bottle peacefully. I mean, I don't know what kind of glass material was used here, but it was inside this box, and you see all the scratches. You see? So that's pretty upsetting because I don't expect that kind of a thing on a $250 bottle. Like, that's just not done. I mean, imagine this bottle right here. That's a 4-ounce bottle. This bottle cost me like what, around 175 or something, and still look at the elegance. Like, I've been using this fragrance, and because I have so many other fragrances, this has not been dented so much. But yeah, look at this. I mean, you spend $250. I get it. A lot of people are commenting that, hey, she's going for a money grab and stuff, but I get it. I get it. I mean, you made it. You had some costs. I get it. That's fine. I paid the money, right? So I expect something. So please do work with your QC people. This thing should not be happening. Like, if Zaharoff can do it at a lower price, and yet with such an elegant bottle, like this is a metal plate, and Curly Scents thing. But yeah, this was really upsetting, kind of frustrating too, but it is what it is. So I won't be able to get as many nice photographs as I would get with any other bottles. Those of you who follow me, I post all my pictures and all those things on my Instagram profile. The link is in the description below. Go ahead and follow me if you want. So guys, that was my honest and humble take on Curly Fragrances' first and brand new fragrance called Attraction Fatale. Her fragrance company name is Ryziger Parfums. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope I could provide you with some valuable information that should help you decide whether you should shell out that $250 or not. So guys, I really appreciate your cooperation. The comments on the first impression video kind of very encouraging for me to, move ahead, move forward. So again, my humble request, make sure you're subscribed, hit the thumbs up button if you like this content, do comment and let me know if you have purchased this, if you will or will not, why, how, say it all. I talk to everybody. I love chatting with you guys. So until the next one, guys, please take care, stay safe, and all the best.